What's up, you guys, and welcome to another episode of the Ask Alex Show. I'm your host, Alex Hampton, and today we have a jam-packed and a funny show for you guys today. But before we get into the particulars of the show, I couldn't do this show without my co-host, Mr. Jeremy Branch. How are you doing today, Jeremy?
I'm doing good, Alex, and we talk every day, and I haven't had a chance to ask you yet. This is the question that is on everybody's minds. Are you watching Squid Game?
We got a topic about that for today.
Oh, okay, good. I guess we'll circle back around to it.
We do. And man, you guys are gonna really love my opinion about it.
Ooh.
But yes, but I funny before we jump into that topic, I will say just generally, my coworker told me about it. I saw the trailer and I was just like, then I saw you guys talk about it, and I was like, okay, let me check it out. So I'll definitely give you my thoughts.
Good. Can't wait.
But yes. Oh, and also Ian couldn't be with us today, but we'll definitely try to get him on the next show. But guys, a real quick announcement before we jump into the show. I've had a few of you guys message me and tell me, even on the comment section, that you've been adding the Ask Alex show to your watch later list because when it broadcasts, you cannot like watch it while you're at work or something of that nature. Well, I had it as a Patreon position only, where it was audio only on Patreon. But now I'm here to announce that the Ask Alex show will be made available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So if you cannot watch the show on YouTube, you can definitely watch the show or listen to the show in audio podcast form on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So I wanted to make that quick announcement. I got everything set up today as we're recording. So after this drops, you can definitely listen to that episode right in my podcast feed as well. I'll leave links in descriptions and below.
Are you saying that I can listen to Ask Alex in the gym?
Absolutely. Why not?
That is wild. Can I listen to Ask Alex while I'm walking my dog?
Absolutely.
Oh man, this is great. This is great.
Yes, I want to step up our game. 2021 is almost over, and I want to make sure that we give the full effect of all of our content. So thank you guys for supporting us here at Momentum Media. But now that I've gotten out the way, let's go ahead and jump into before we jump into the topics of today. If this is your very first time ever watching this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, then hit that bell right next to it that we get all the notifications every time I'm releasing a video here on my YouTube channel. Guys, do us a huge favor. Hit that like button. That helps us in the algorithm. I'm telling you, if you hit that like button, that's almost as good as hitting that subscribe button.
It is.
So do that for us as many times as you can. And if you want your topic or question on this show, just send me an email at theaskalexshow@gmail.com. That's the Ask Alex Show at gmail.com. If you submit your topic or question, more than likely it will be on the show. Now that we got that out the way, let's jump into the first topic of the day. And the first topic comes from a reoccurring guest and a new fan. Well, he's not a new fan, but he's been a really good fan of the show, Mr. Lee Lewis. And Lee writes, "Hey guys, so the Dave Chappelle new special, The Closer, dropped yesterday, and it was epic. Do you guys think that this was a great way to end his comedy specials at Netflix?" Well, thank you for your question, Lee. What Lee's referring to literally yesterday, and I didn't even really realize it till me, Jeremy, and Ian were talking yesterday because we were recording Real Debates. That his newest and last special at Netflix, at the moment at least, dropped, The Closure, and it dropped yesterday. Now I watched it like that night, and I have to say, out of everything that's ever come out of Dave Chappelle's mouth from Netflix and then from the Dave Chappelle show, this was the best way to end his comedy special.
Wow.
Because it is brutally honest and funny and brutally offensive. And I'm telling you now listen, I don't necessarily always agree with a lot of things that he's coming from, but it's comedy. He's saying these things to make us laugh, but he's also saying these things to prove a point. And I'm not gonna lie, there's a joke in there. If you haven't seen it, I'm not gonna spoil it much. But there's a joke in there where he's talking about feminism. And I'm not going to lie. he said, just by the mere definition of feminism, I am considered a feminist because I love all human life, right? And he said, I think feminism should have a male leader. And I'm not going to finish that joke because I don't think Jeremy has seen
I have not
seen the special, but I'm just telling you, he's talking about feminism. He's talking about the LGBTQ community. He's talking about Black people. I mean, this guy is hilarious. And you know what I love about the Dave Chappelle special and all his specials, but especially this one, he owns it. He's basically saying, I'm going to say all the stuff that you're going to find offensive, and I don't give a fuck because you can't cancel me. And I was just like, wow. And I'm not going to lie, I love that type of comedy. I may not agree with everything, but I'm going to be honest, I love that type of comedy because that brings me back to the old days of Def Jam. Like in Def Jam, they pulled no punches. They talked about everybody. Eddie Murphy's Raw and Delirious. He talked about everybody. So I think that's where comedy should be. It should be off limits. So I love the special. I don't believe Jeremy has seen the special yet, but after hearing me talk about it, is there something that does this inspire you to go see the Dave Chappelle new special, The Closure?
So to your point, and this is something that I really strongly agree with, and I wish everybody would get hip to it. Like, you don't have to agree with what somebody says to find it funny. Exactly. As a matter of fact, you can find what a person says to be disgusting and still think it's funny. There's a comedian named Anthony Jeselnik. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. Maybe you've seen him before when you're watching this. Maybe not. You're probably familiar with Tosh.0, that old Comedy Central show. I mean, this follows a long history of off-color sketch comedy like the Mind of Mencia. Before that, it was Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle has never been one to shy away from discussing controversial topics.
Yep.
I'm definitely going to watch it. Like I feel bad that I didn't watch it last night because I'm a huge fan of Chappelle. In fact, I had tickets to see him and Rogan in like 6 days in New Orleans.
Oh yeah,
we weren't able to go.
Supposed to do it I was supposed to go to that last year, and then COVID hit. But yes.
So we didn't know what the status of it was going to be. We ended up canceling the hotel rooms and all of that stuff. But that said, to say, like, I can listen to a comic and parse out what I agree with and what I believe in with what I don't. And I might even think it's offensive, but I'm not going to run to the internet to be like, cancel this person or whatever. Dave Chappelle lately has really taken it upon himself. He is carrying the torch for people that stand up against trans people. Right? Is this a thing in the special? Does he talk about trans people?
Oh yeah, if you've seen Sticks and Stones, the previous one, the trans girl that he met, Daphne, she actually did comedy with him, and he tells stories about that in this special.
Oh, well, that's great, because to me, and again, this goes back to not having to agree with somebody. I don't mind that Dave Chappelle personally feels some type of way about transgender people. I don't. There's this thing that he says that gender is definite or something like that, and my understanding of it isn't that gender is definite. It's that sex is definite. You're born as male or female. That's your sex, and then your gender is something that is, more fluid, something that's more difficult to define. So anyways, I say that to say I have a difference of opinion on Dave Chappelle on that issue. And it doesn't stop me from wanting to see his new stand-up. I do worry because people like Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan are so incredibly influential that maybe people are going to take a cue from them because their voices are so loud. Like, everybody hears what Dave Chappelle and Joe Rogan say. So I would hate for them to base their life outlook on something that some fucking comedian said on stage one time. However, I'm definitely going to be watching it. Dave Chappelle has never been afraid of he built his brand on being controversial. So the fact that people would be surprised is crazy to me. So That's kind of how I feel about it.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna piggyback what you said. Like I can't, I don't understand the outrage, because I mean, let's be clear. In the Dave Chappelle show, he he was imitating R. Kelly peeing on people.
Yes,
He did a song called "I'm a Piss on You."
a
Like
14-year-old girl.
exactly. Like he that's who Dave is.
Yep.
Like that's who. So my thing is that, listen, if you don't, I feel like this. If you already know who Dave Chappelle is, and you're only watching this to basically try to publicly shame him or stuff like that, don't watch his stuff. I have a motto: if you like something, and support it. If you don't like something, don't support it. It doesn't my thing is that it's less stressful to not support something that you don't necessarily like. It's very less stressful. You don't have to deal with it. And my thing is, like me and Jeremy said, like, we don't necessarily agree with what Dave Chappelle spews, but at the same time, I can enjoy the comedy of it, because there are some things that he says that are funny. Like I remember going seeing TK Kirkland at the Improv here in Orlando, and he talked about gay people in front of them, like to their face, and everybody in the club was laughing. So do we cancel everybody in the club for laughing? Like, it's just one of those things, man. So I just want to throw it out there. This is not to offend anyone, and if anyone a part of any community of anything like that, but to let you know that if you like comedy, if this is something that you want to do in terms of watching his specials, just check it out and just give a good take to it. And honestly, watch it to laugh, embrace it for what it is. But what did you guys think of Dave Chappelle's The Closure? Do you think it was a good wrap up to his comedy specials at Netflix? Just jump into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. And guys, let's go ahead and jump into the next topic for today. And the next topic comes from a Miss Iris Peoples, and she writes, "Hey guys, so this new Netflix show, Squid Game, has been lighting up the interwebs. Have you guys seen the show, and what do you think? And what do you guys think about it?" Well, thank you for your question, Iris. So, like I stated at the top of the show, I remember my coworkers were telling me about Squid Game, how they were so into it and all this other stuff. So I was just like, okay, let me just watch the trailer. I didn't know it was a Netflix thing or not. So I watched the trailer, and the trailer did not sell me. Most Netflix trailers don't really sell me. I mean, I'm just being honest. I'll watch them because I'm a fan of film, but every Netflix trailer that's come out for the most part has not really sold me. So I was like, I didn't really like the trailer. So I remember Jeremy and Ian were talking about it in our group text, and I was just like, I'll just peep it. And I'm very skeptical about watching certain shows, because after I watch something, I feel like I have to like finish it. It feels like a chore at times, right? I watched that first episode. Oh my fucking God. Now let me just say this. Squid Game is definitely not my cup of tea in terms of what I like. I love high-end action thrillers, dramas. I love dramas more than I do like action and comic books, but I love comedies and all this other stuff. But oh my fucking God, I have not felt this way about a Netflix series since Tiger King.
Oh, wow.
I have not. Like, now I want to say this, Iris. I have not finished it. I think I'm on like episode 3 or 4. I have to check my history. But oh my God, I was just like, I kind of want to participate in the games just because, even though I know I'm probably going to die.
Oh, man.
It looks freaking amazing. And I shared this in our group chat. The director, the creator of the actual Squid Games, very inspiring story. He basically marketed that show to multiple studios and producers and all these other different places, and they all told him no. Netflix allowed him to develop this show, and the show is essentially #1 on streaming right now. So I love the show. I've loved what I've seen from it so far. And anybody who's seen me talk about anything on Ask Alex, most things we talk about, obviously comic books, but also action, drama, some comedy stuff. But Squid Game is on a whole nother level. Like I said, I haven't enjoyed something like this since Tiger King.
Oh, that's amazing.
So Jeremy, you were asking me about it. I would assume you liked the show. What did you think? What were your first impressions of the show? And do you like the show? And and also did you finish it? Because I don't know if it's like 12 or 13 episodes or 10 episodes or something like that.
I'm on episode 8. There is a total of 9 episodes. So tonight we're gonna watch the finale. And I can't wait. I echo everything you said. Well, I really do like dark satire. I know that's really on the nose. It's not like all my favorite movies are dark satire, but I really do appreciate movies that have something to say socially and culturally and use the lens of satire to do it. And Squid Game does it with just such aplomb that it's hard to not respect it. Like when I heard the synopsis, I was like, oh, okay, they're doing Running Man. I've seen Running Man. I've seen The Hunger Games. I get it. There's I've seen Battle Royale. Like I'm familiar with this genre of people competing for the wealthy, for the elite. They are in a bad financial situation. But the thing that sets Squid Game apart is there's this really like surrealist production design to it. Like everything's really colorful and like it's weird. It's super offbeat. And when I heard everybody say how great it was, my first instinct is like, oh, I'm sure that sucks. And then everybody's like, no, you have to watch it. And I watched the first episode and it was a very similar experience. The last 15 minutes of episode 1 will leave you shook. And then you just have to know what happens next. You have to know, like, what the hell? So for those of you that don't know, the premise of Squid Game is there are a bunch of people who are introduced as down on their luck. They're in financial kind of dire straits. Most of them are in gambling debt of some kind. They're all given business cards and offered an opportunity to come and join these children's games with the potential of earning, billions of won, which is the South Korean currency. So there's 500 people brought to this location to play these games. They don't have any real detail about what these games entail. And then we learn very early on, the stakes are incredibly high. And if you lose, you lose. And
there's no life system at all.
No. So it's very dark. And what I like about it when I say that there's like a element of satire to it, it really does explore what unchecked capitalism does to people. South Korea and America have very similar class systems. And if you saw the movie Parasite, it deals very directly with class. If you saw the South Korean movie Snowpiercer, it deals very explicitly with class. And I like that. I'm a huge fan of Animal Farm. I study Marxism like crazy. I know I'm going to lose some people with that one, but I'm very fascinated by the relationship between the working class and the wealthy elite and the way that were essentially used as currency, right? Like factories are run off the backs and the blood of the people, yet the people only struggle and suffer for this product that the wealth, like the biggest corporations in the world are richer because of the pandemic. It's crazy. So anyways, this came out at a really good time for people, I think, to be open to that kind of themes and storylines. And dude, I love it. As you can tell, I'm a really big fan. So I'm super stoked to hear you liked it, man.
Oh yeah, I loved it. I saw someone post this on Instagram. They said Squid Games is like Hunger Games meets Snowpiercer meets The Maze Runner.
Sure.
Like if you put like Snow and I came to Snowpiercer very late, but Snowpiercer, it's literally about homeless people. Well, people of all types of facets living on this train, but on one side of the train are homeless and people who are living in shit, and then the other side of the train are the wealthy and the rich. You take that element and then you put it with the Hunger Games, with the actual game aspect, and then you put the Maze Runner in there where even in the games, you are wounded and there's no life system and you die. Like there's no coming back.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit. Like, I just want to play with the life system, obviously. And just to see how far I could get, because there's a scene, there's a tug of war scene. Oh my
Oh,
god.
you've gotten to that. All right.
Oh
Dude.
my god. Like, bro, I lost my shit. I was like, oh my god.
The game that was on the episode that I watched last night is insane as well. It's a crazy show, dude. Crazy show.
Yeah, I again, if anyone is skeptical about Squid Game, I'm here to tell you. And this is someone who's not into things like that in particular. I'm telling you, this is a show that you should at least watch the first few episodes of.
You doing subs or dubs?
Huh?
Subs or dubs?
Oh, subs.
Yeah, all right. Subs all day. Don't even mess with the dubs.
So I'm going to be very interested to see how that ends, though, just to be honest.
Yeah.
But guys, I implore you, if you have Netflix or you're using somebody else's Netflix, watch Squid Game. It is amazing. It's the best show right now that's keeping me intrigued because I really don't have much to watch upon all the other stuff that I kind of watch weekly. So, I mean, I love the show, guys. Jump into the comment section below and let us know what you think about Squid Game, and did it spark your interest as well? Thank you guys for watching. Watching. Thank you guys for commenting. Let's go ahead and jump into the next and final question of the show. And the next and final question comes from a newcomer, Mr. Donald Evans. And he writes, "Hey guys, after watching What If today, how do you think we'll see the starting lineup for the Avengers 5 in the future of the MCU?" Well, thank you for your question, Mr. Donald Evans. What he's referring to today, like Wednesday, we got our last episode of What If. And in the episode, it's not really a spoiler, but it's minor spoilers. The Watcher brings together the Defender or the Guardians of the multiverse.
Yes.
And I told the guys in the group chat, this is the best What If episode that we have seen. And I would have to think that the Watcher was very, I think he knew that Killmonger was going to do what he did. That's why he recruited him. I think he knew that was going to happen.
Because when he recruits him, you're like, what the hell? Why him? You know?
Exactly. Out of everybody he could have grabbed, why him?
Yeah.
You know? But I was actually entertained by the episode. But to answer the question, what will our starting lineup be for Avengers 5? If I had to take a guess, just an educated guess, Sam Wilson's Captain America, obviously.
Has to be.
Captain Marvel.
Has to be.
I would say Kate Bishop's Hawkeye, or Kate Bishop's version of Hawkeye. I would probably say
gotta have Doctor Strange.
I was gonna say Doctor Strange as the villain.
All right. I am on the other side of that issue, but I respect it. We'll see what happons. All right.
I would say so. I think, like, if I were to go, Captain America, Captain Marvel, not Doctor Strange, but what was
Thor?
No, I don't think Thor. I don't think Thor would be there. I do think Hulk. I also think maybe Ant-Man. If I had to pick 5, I would say Captain America, Captain Marvel, possibly Ant-Man. I would say Kate Bishop, and then they need someone strong, so I would say Hulk would stay on that starting 5. Now, if it's more than 5, obviously it'll be more people. I think the person they're going to fight is Doctor Strange, and here's why. Now, I do know that What If is somewhat canon to the MCU to an extent. I think that Doctor Strange, from what we've seen from him in the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer, I think he's fucked up mentally. And then when we see that transpire in that movie, and then we're going into Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness, I firmly believe we're going to walk away with either a split personality of Doctor Strange, or he's going to look at it as, I am the Sorcerer Supreme. I'm going to fuck up the world. And I think that that's who the Avengers are ultimately going to have to fight. I don't know now. But then, to Jeremy's point, I do think Doctor Strange will be a full-fledged Avenger. But after watching What If, the possibilities of him staying good seem very slim. But then again, more I think his name is Mordu, just Force character. I think he will be a villain in Multiverse of Madness or a future villain for the Avengers. So before Doctor Strange gets evil, I think he'll face off Mordu first before he takes that next step.
Okay.
So, Jeremy, what do you think your starting lineup of the Avengers 5 would be? And do you think Doctor Strange could potentially stay evil or become evil in the MCU?
Dude, I love this question so much. I really ended up liking What If, and I came out of this series liking Doctor Strange more than ever before, and understand that was kind of by design. They very much created this series around Doctor Strange. His power set becomes so vital in this battle when he fights Ultron at the end, and he becomes like the Shuth Gorath or whatever. It's like, I mean, he is so freaking powerful now. And this is like, what do they call him? Strange Supreme. So he's like the dark Doctor Strange. So if I was gonna pick a 5-person lineup, it's got to be Sam. It's got to be Spider-Man. It's got to be. You don't think?
I mean, like, I think after No Way Home, because he does have one more film in the MCU. I think after that, that's it.
Okay.
The way Venom ended, I firmly believe they're setting up their own Spider-Verse without the MCU.
Oh yeah, okay. That could definitely be a possibility. Who else? I don't know about Hulk. He's always been such a peripheral character. They could go either way with him. Maybe Jane Foster as Thor.
Okay, yeah.
You know, it is tough to pick 5 because we know they're probably going to go with more than that. Because I also like your Kate Bishop pick, but we can't. I know we can't have 3 out of 5 of the Avengers be women. I have a feeling that will not be a thing that's allowed to happen. I don't have a problem with it. You throw Captain Carter in the mix, and now we got 4 female Avengers. I guess it would be a nice subversion of phase 1 where it's 4 dudes and 1 woman, you know? So like, I guess they could go that way. But yeah, I don't know, man. So the conversation I kind of want to have with you is, because Multiverse of Madness is obviously a multiverse thing that looks like it's coming on the heels of the Spider-Man thing. We got the end of WandaVision over here. We got Loki over here with Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
Isn't our next big bad gonna be Kang and not Strange?
So I think they're setting up, because Kang is in Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Okay, so we got Kang in Quantum Mania.
Yeah, Quantum Mania, yes. But I don't know how pivotal Kang will be. Like, I don't think they'll kill Kang, because remember, Kang is everlasting.
Yeah.
They may kill a version of him, but I think they may tease something, maybe something later, because remember, in Guardians 3, they're fighting Adam Warlock. And Adam Warlock in some comics is stronger than Thanos. So when I look at Avengers 5, if they're setting up Avengers 5, is it going to be something like, okay, are we going to fight like Galactus? Or, you know, or a team up of Kang, Galactus, and Adam Warlock?
Yeah.
You know, or I've heard this theory, X-Men versus the Avengers.
Right.
I would love that shit. Honestly, their big bad has to be someone that can fuck up the MCU, because I guarantee you the Watcher, when we saw the Watcher for the first time interacting with Doctor Strange, I had that feeling right then and there. They're going to incorporate that in the MCU in live action. We're definitely going to see that in some way, shape, or form.
You think the Watcher is going to show up in the movies? And we're just talking here. We don't know. But do you think that we're going to get Jeffrey Wright's The Watcher in the MCU in upcoming movies?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I think, and I don't know this for a fact, this is just speculation. I have a feeling we're going to see the Watcher in Multiverse of Madness, because the whole point of What If is watching these individual stories and the Watcher's in the middle of all of these stories in the multiverse. The Doctor Strange's movie deals directly with the multiverse. because it clearly whatever happened in Spider-Man No Way Home or whatever the ramifications of that's going to be is now fucked up something. And now I think the villains in that movie, obviously Wanda, and then potentially Mordo, and then whatever beings that happen to spark up from No Way Home. But I think the Watcher is going to be in the middle of all that and be like, I can't interfere.
Do we get a Watcher post-credit scene in Spider-Man?
That would be dope.
Right?
I think that would be dope.
He shows up like, all right, here I am. You know what I mean? Because there's so much. Dude, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited, man. One of my favorite things about the finale of What If was the Watcher basically saying, you're more than stories to me, talking about the characters. It's like the Watcher is us. We're the Watcher. We're the audience. We're the people that like, we can't interfere, but we're so invested in it. We want to see the best outcome for these characters. And I really like that, man. There was something about that hit home to me. And it's like, fiction is trivial, and it's easy to say like, oh yeah, they're just dumb characters in capes, or they're just dumb characters in spandex, or they're cartoon characters. But like, for so many of us, like, they really are a lot more than that. We are so invested in these stories. We're able to have these great conversations and interactions and share like this thing that we're so passionate about. And I think that's the strength of stories and storytelling in the first place, regardless of who the subject is, you know?
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't like, I can honestly tell you, like, Doctor Strange, if you would have told me about 10 years ago that they're making a Doctor Strange movie, I would have said, who's Doctor Strange?
Yeah, same. Huh?
You know, like, who the hell is this? Like Doctor Who? Like, but when we saw it, I was like, holy shit, like, mind boggling. And you know, it's funny, we were having this conversation in the group chat, like, the stories they've been able to build with iconic, or not iconic characters, but characters that most people don't know anything about is crazy. I love the first Guardians movie. I hated the Ant-Man comic books, but the Ant-Man movies are fucking hilarious.
Amazing. Yes, dude.
Oh my God. The Ant-Man comic books, in my opinion, are the most boring comic books on the planet. They're not compelling at all. And they've been able to take that character and do wonders with it. So to your question, I know we kind of went to a tangent, but to your question, I think the way they set up the Avengers or the Guardians of the Multiverse for What If, I think could be a key point for the Avengers 5, because I don't believe we're getting Avengers 5 to probably 2024.
Right.
You know, because we still ain't got the X-Men, and we're getting Fantastic Four, I believe, next year. Not next year, or 2023, somewhere in there. So there's going to be a lot. And then we're getting introduced to a new Black Panther. So there's so much stuff happening in the MCU that I don't know. I know for one thing, out of the starting 5, Sam Wilson's Captain America would be there.
Damn right.
So I can humbly say that. But as far as everything else, I'm not sure. But what do you guys think? Just jump into the comment section below, and what do you think our next starting 5 will be in the Avengers? Or do you think there'll be more than 5 characters? Just jump into the comment section below. Let us know your thoughts. And thank you guys so much for joining us on today's show. I had an amazing time.
Yeah, me too.
Co-host Jeremy. Jeremy, where can we find you on YouTube and social media?
Make sure that you check out Movies Are Terrible on both Twitch and YouTube, right here on YouTube. Always uploading new content there. You can check out the lives that I stream every Thursday at 6 p.m. CST on Movies Are Terrible on YouTube. And shout out to all my Fast and Furious fans out there. I'm sure you guys are going to love me here in the next couple of weeks. Keep an eye out for that.
Yes. Oh my God. That debate was hilarious.
It's so fun, dude.
And speaking of that, I will drop a promo of Real Debate, or not promo, sorry, a trailer for Real Debates in the next coming week. So you definitely want to check that out. Season 3 has been hilarious, guys. It's been hilarious. So I can't wait to show you guys that. And please, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, where you get all the updates every time I'm releasing a video here on my YouTube channel. And if you guys cannot see this show, you can also go to Spotify to listen to us on our audio podcast of the Ask Alex Show. I have 3 episodes up there now, and they're just the interviews that I've done in the last few months. So, but today, this episode will be on the audio podcast as well. So definitely check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. And as always, you guys have a blessed day.